Ani Bojo, Linden Indishnakas, Woodstock Nindonjaba, Orillia Ate Ni Odam. My name is Linda Rodenberg. I'm the principal here at the Orillia campus, and I've introduced myself in Anishinaabe in the language of this land. And I've said that Orillia is where my heart lives. And what we know from the elders of this place is that when we begin in a way to transform our community, we should do that by acknowledging the original custodians of this land. And here, that's the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe, Adawa, and Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. Lakehead is committed to relationships with Indigenous people founded in respect and leading to reconciliation. On behalf of the students, staff, and faculty at Lakehead University, I am so honored to welcome you here today. You are our distinguished guests and government partners, hospital and university boards of governors, employees from both the OSMH and Lakehead, and our community partners and members of the media. Today, we mark a significant and highly anticipated milestone for Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital, the City of Orillia, and Lakehead University. A step forward that will open new doors to an exciting future that is filled with opportunity and growth. And I can't imagine a better person to begin this conversation today for us than Chief Ted Williams, my friend and Chief of Rema First Nation. Chief.
Ani Bojo, Gima Noash Kong, Ted Williams, Indigenous Cause, Rama Minjikaning Donjaba, Gigo Donem, Chief Ted Williams. I greet you with my ancestral name, Noash Kong, a name that had been lost for over 200 years. It certainly is an honor for me to be here representing my community, the Chippewas of Rama. I also represent the Chippewa Tri-Council, which includes the Chippewas of Georgina Island and the Chippewas of Beausoleil, which also is part of the Williams Treaty, First Nations of Scugog, Hiawatha, Alderville, and Curve Lake. On behalf of my council, on behalf of my community, I want to say welcome to our territory, to the provincial leadership, Premier Ford, to the great people who are partners with RAMA from Lakehead University, and our good friends from the Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital. I'd also like to acknowledge the surrounding township and the city of Orillia, Ramera Township, Oro, and Severn. We're all in this together. And I do want to say that the Soldiers Memorial Hospital is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. Literally, they saved me from heart attack when I was 45 years old. And my mother, she bore 15 children through the Soldiers Memorial Hospital. And so it's with gratitude that I am here today to say miigwech on behalf of the Chippewas of Rama First Nation, my family, and my friends. And it's good to be amongst partners in this developing great news story for Soldiers Memorial Hospital. Miigwech, 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 miigwech.
Miigwech, Chief Ted. It is now my pleasure to ask Lori Petrus to come to the podium. Lori is the chair of the Board of Governors for the Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital.
Thank you, Dr. Rodenberg. Good morning, everyone. It's my great pleasure to bring greetings and thanks on behalf of the hospital's board of directors, many of whom are with us today. About 18 months ago, the Premier and Deputy Premier visited our hospital and promised they'd be back to make an even bigger announcement. We didn't know it would be this soon, but we are eternally grateful. This government is clearly committed to supporting world-class healthcare. The investment they are announcing today will have a profound impact on the health and well-being of our communities for generations to come. It's no secret, it really needs a new hospital. Our community is growing in leaps and bounds, and the physical infrastructure is struggling to keep pace. In the past 5 years, we've added 60 more beds through the support of this government. Today's announcement is not only about getting to work on building a new hospital, it's also an acknowledgement of the great work of the OSMH team, or I should say family, day in and day out. It's also a recognition of the state-of-the-art healthcare this community deserves and how we are forging deeper relationships with our partners to improve quality and value. I'd now like to call upon Carmen Stumpo, President and CEO of the hospital.
Thank you, Laurie, and good morning, everyone. Thank you, Premier Ford, Deputy Premier Jones, the Honourable Ministers Dunlop, Quinn, and Attorney General Downey. We are grateful for your commitment to world-class healthcare for Ontarians and for taking decisive action. We would not be here today without your support. So today isn't just about a hospital structure. It's about fundamentally changing and improving the health and well-being of our community and our region. Our new hospital will bring modernized acute care services, critical care services with additional capacity to care for the sickest individuals, from our tiniest babies to our older adults. It will enable us to meet or exceed the standards of care, not only with advanced technology, but with the dignity of appropriate space for our patients, families, and caregivers. It will give our team the tools they need to continue to provide excellent, compassionate care. Once constructed, the quality of our infrastructure will finally match the quality of care delivered each and every day. A new hospital is also an essential piece to a larger strategy of integrated care, supporting our primary care providers with access to specialized services. So today's announcement, funding in the form of a planning grant from the province, will catalyze this project and enable us to move forwards more quickly. We are honored that the Premier is here to make that announcement today, again. If you haven't already guessed, there's a second component to today's announcement. The hospital and Lakehead University are thrilled to identify Lakehead campus as the preferred site to build the new hospital. It follows a comprehensive site selection process, and we could not be happier with the results, building on our long-standing partnership with Lakehead University. There are natural synergies that make healthcare and education a perfect fit. We are excited to imagine the possibilities, everything from sharing infrastructure to joint educational programming and health human resource development. Together, this will become a powerful economic engine, improving the healthcare experience and making profound social impact. Our communities will thrive. So today is a great day in the history of Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital. We look forward to the next steps of detailed design, working with government, our teams, our partners, and our community. And with that, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our host for today, the President and Vice Chancellor of Lakehead University, Dr. Jill Dunlop.
Well, thank you, Carmen, and a very warm welcome to all of you joining us to celebrate this exciting development. I want to say a special thank you to Premier Ford, Minister Jones, Minister Dunlop, Minister Quinn, the Honourable Doug Downey, Chief Ted Williams, and of course, Carmen Stumpo and Laurie Petrus. On behalf of Lakehead University, it has been our pleasure to host today's announcement on our campus. The city of Orillia is growing. That means demand for critical services like healthcare and education is growing too. Lakehead University was established precisely for the purpose of meeting the social and economic needs of the regions we serve. That purpose continues to drive us forward, It shapes our institutional planning and guides our decision-making processes. Serving the needs of our community is central to everything we do. For this reason, Lakehead is honored to partner with the Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital to explore the possibility of constructing a new hospital facility right here on our campus. I'd also like to acknowledge our valued partners at the City of Orillia, who played a foundational role in Lakehead Orillia's origin story. Their generous gift of this beautiful land made it possible to establish a place of higher learning, one that continues to help transform our community through the power of education. I share this piece of history while acknowledging the original stewards of this land as we are gathered on traditional territory today. In the nearly 20 years since Lakehead Orillia was established, we have seen an amazing 147% increase in university enrollment throughout the region. Lakehead is educating the workforce of tomorrow, translating directly to a strengthened economy, a bolstered workforce, and better opportunities for local people to build a secure future by attaining good-paying jobs. Partnering with the Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital opens up exciting opportunities to create new educational pathways and partnerships to meet the city's and the region's needs. For example, the potential co-location of Lakehead and the future hospital could lead to the development of new degree programs in health-oriented fields. This partnership could support the creation of more hands-on training opportunities through work-integrated learning, co-ops, and research projects for students. And it has the potential to offer more upskilling and professional development opportunities for post-secondary students, recent graduates, and the regional workforce. I think the word we may be looking for to capture the essence of this partnership opportunity is a word that Carmen has already used, and that is synergy. Lakehead University is elated to explore the natural synergies that a partnership of this nature could lead to. Ultimately, our goal is to build a brighter future through strengthened services and opportunities that open more doors for students and future generations. Today is an exciting first step as we work together to explore what's next. Thank you for visiting our campus today. We welcome you with open hearts and minds. Miigwech. I now invite the Honorable Jill Dunlop to share a few words.
Well, good morning, Ani Bonjour. What an incredible day for Orillia, for our region, and for the future of healthcare in Ontario. It is truly an honor to stand here with all of you to celebrate an announcement that will serve our community for generations to come. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest gratitude to the incredible leadership of the Soldiers Memorial Hospital's CEO, Carmen Stumpo, the board of directors, and the dedicated staff and volunteers who have worked tirelessly to bring us to this milestone. Your commitment, your vision, and your unwavering belief in what this project means for Orillia are what made today possible. So thank you. This moment in time and united achievement didn't happen overnight. It is a result of countless meetings, consultations, and conversations, some behind the scenes, some in boardrooms, and many right here in the heart of our community. I've had the privilege of being part of many of those discussions, which I can tell you with confidence. The spirit of collaboration and shared purpose that brought us here is something truly special. Partnership has been the key word throughout this journey. Partnership with our leader, Premier Ford and Minister Jones, between our healthcare leaders, all levels of government, and most importantly, with the people of Orillia. And today, we celebrate what's possible when we work together. So congratulations to everyone involved. This is our moment. Let us take pride in how far we've come and look ahead with excitement to the future we're building together. So thank you, miigwech, merci. And now it's my pleasure to welcome Minister Jones to the podium. Minister Jones.
Thank you, Jill, and good morning, everyone. It is indeed wonderful to be back in Orillia today alongside Premier Ford and Minister Dunlop, who has been such an advocate for this project and so many others in Orillia and area, and really talking about how together we're building a more connected and convenient healthcare system here in Orillia and across Ontario. I want to thank Dr. Siddell and everyone at Lakehead University for hosting us today, as well as the entire team at Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital for everything you do to provide exceptional care to patients and families in Orillia and across Simcoe Muskoka each and every day. Under the leadership of Premier Ford, our government has been making record investments to protect Ontario's healthcare system and provide people with all ages with the right care in the right place. We are taking bold and innovative action to make it easier and faster to connect you and your family to the care you need closer to home. And we're seeing the results of those efforts. Last summer, I had the pleasure to visit Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital to announce our $10 million investment to help more than 1,000 nurses upskill their training to provide emergency department care. And I am thrilled to return to Orillia today to celebrate more progress. Today's milestone would not be possible without the incredible advocacy and work of Minister Dunlop and our health and community partners, as well as all of the dedicated volunteers, staff, board members, and of course, donors. Thank you again to all the incredible healthcare workers in Orillia and across your region for the tremendous care you provide to patients and their families. The future is bright in Orillia, and I look forward to watching your progress. It's now my pleasure to invite Premier Ford to share a few words. Thank you.
Oh boy, well, good morning, everyone. I'll tell you, it's wonderful to be back in beautiful Orillia, and I love the community, but I love these announcements. We can make announcements downtown in these massive hospitals, and yes, they're so important, but nothing's more important to come to rural Ontario and just have an incredible announcement. As you just heard, my champion, my right-hand person, Deputy Premier and Minister of Health, Sylvia Jones, and the hometown gal, Minister Jill Dunlop, and another hometown boy, Minister Downey, and Minister Quinn, Minister of Colleges and Universities. But I'll never forget, folks, just the ice storm just a little while ago, and we did a little cabinet shuffle, and I said to Jill, emergency management, it's going to be exciting, and so on. Boy, I think it was the next day the ice storm hit, but Jill was in full action, and you know, you can tell communities, unfortunately, when a natural disaster hits, and when I came here, how the community works together, and everyone just pulled together, and Chief Williams, you're amazing. I went by Rama, and they literally had an assembly line going around the clock of making sandwiches, hundreds and hundreds of sandwiches and little baskets of food. And so thank you. And the community center, it just gives you a warm feeling. Then I got so excited when I was at the fire station and with the hydro workers, I just slipped out that we're getting a hospital and no one knew. So I wondered why you were so excited after. But anyways, and I just want to thank Carmen and Lawrence and the entire team at Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital. I found out on the way here, I thought it was about 90 years old. It's 101 years old. So I think it's time to do a revamp there. I just want to thank you for all the incredible work you're doing, caring for the people in this community. And I also want to acknowledge Dr. Siddell and the folks from here, from Lakehead University. Nothing's better. Here's another example about collaboration, cooperation, working hand in hand with the hospital and the university. And you're just doing an incredible job, Doctor. And thank you for your leadership. Thank you for training the next future generation of leaders. And we're just so grateful. I also want to acknowledge all the local councillors here from the city of Orillia and Mayor McIsaac. I heard he gave me a little text message. He couldn't make it. I want to acknowledge Mayor Burkett and Mayor Randy Greenlaw, Warden Basil Clark, as well as I mentioned earlier, Chief Ted Williams from Rama First Nations. And what a great partner, Chief, you've been over the years. And I had an opportunity to visit there, and I can't wait to have the caucus retreat. So anyone who wants a great time, go to Rama. I was just floored when I walked in there. It's beautiful. Last week, we delivered our 2025 provincial budget, a plan to protect Ontario. So we sit around the cabinet table, and then the finance minister comes and the president of the treasury, and we have two choices when it comes to budget, and that's to balance next year or balance in 2 years. And I mentioned to Peter, our finance minister, which we're so blessed to have I say the best finance minister we've ever seen, but the best finance minister in Canada. He says, well, we could balance next year, or we could take one more year to move forward and we'll balance then. And I said, what does it take balancing? Well, we got to cut this funding and infrastructure and this and that. Never, ever are we going to cut, ever. We never have, and we never will. And I say, invest in infrastructure, invest in new colleges and universities and schools and hospitals and roads and highways and bridges. That's one thing you never do, folks, is stop building infrastructure. So that's the route we took. We ran on a platform, and I have a duty to protect every single community, the people of this province, the businesses, and everything else. And I will always protect the people of Ontario, no matter what it takes, and we're showing that today. So we have to make sure that as we move forward, I always say the foundation of our healthcare system, our education system, infrastructure is our economy. And that's what we need to focus on to pay for everything else. And help Ontario face down anything that comes our way, especially from the nasty guy south of the border. I threw that one in. I went off script on that one. Part of the plan includes investing in healthcare, which is why our government has committed $60 billion to build and upgrade more than 50 hospitals across the province. Folks, this has never been done in the history of our province and our country, that we have 50 projects going right across the province. And again, I don't call it spending money, I call it investing into communities, into our great doctors and nurses and healthcare workers, which I'll put our docs and nurses, healthcare workers against anyone in the entire world. We're also investing $2.1 billion to connect everyone in the province to a family doctor or a primary care team as part of our primary care action plan, which is led by my great Deputy Premier and Minister of Health. But she's tapped a phenomenal person on the shoulder and said, can you support and help? And we all know that, Dr. Jane Philpott, she's one of the best leaders when it comes to connecting patients and docs together. So Dr. Philpott's going to be leading the charge along with my great Minister of Health. We're overseeing the largest expansion of medical school seats in more than a decade. So we're building more medical schools, no matter if it's at York University or Metropolitan University or up north in Ottawa and London. We're just adding more seats. But one time, and Jill, you were the Minister of Colleges and University, you remember me calling up, because you'd go to an event like this, and the first thing, guys our age or women our age, we say, how are the kids, right? How are your kids doing? And over again, I would hear, well, we didn't have any spots here in Ontario, so I sent my kids to Ireland for medical school. Or I sent my kids down to the Caribbean. They have medical schools down there. Or down to the US or Australia. And so we looked into it, and thanks to Jill's leadership, we made that change. It was about 18% of foreign students taking spots away from our kids. And I'm thinking that can't happen. So we've changed it. Again, I know it's over to you now, Nolan, but now we have 100% Canadian students. Out of the 100% Canadian students, 95% have to come from Ontario. So now we're making sure we have Ontario students learning in the medical universities that are going to be practicing here at one of the new hospitals, hopefully here in Orillia. And that's a massive change that we did there. We're opening up new community and diagnostic surgical centers to get more surgeries done a lot faster. And we're empowering our pharmacists to prescribe certain common medications so doctors have more time to spend with their patients. This is another great one. Do you know who's the toughest job in here? This is my teleprompter person, because I'm all over the place right now. I'm like up and down and all. But this is really interesting. So the common ailments, right? You have pink eye or whatever you might have. And you go to the doc. Well, the doc's swamped, right? He's buried. And there's so many things that you can just go to the pharmacist and get a prescription filled. Are we over 2.1 million people? Over 2 million people have been diverted now to free up the docs. Now they get to go to their pharmacy. So that was an incredible opportunity for the pharmacists and for the docs. We're doing all this to help guarantee that people across Ontario get the connected and convenient care they need when and where they need it. That's why today I'm so pleased to announce a second time we're investing $3 million as the first step to building a new Soldiers Memorial Hospital right here in Orillia. Congratulations. I like that. Oh boy. I'm gonna bring you to one of my campaign rallies there. I like the whoo. I love the hair that matches the suit too. You're looking like $1 million. We're gonna get a picture later. Anyways, this new hospital will help Soldiers Memorial support more patients. And they told me like over 400,000 patients in the surrounding area. That's pretty incredible. Replace aging infrastructure and meet more modern healthcare standards for Orillia and the surrounding area. The funding announced today will support the initial planning work to help ensure the new hospital is meeting the community's needs, and so we can get shovels in the ground as soon as possible. I always like emphasizing as soon as possible. Let's start moving, getting dirt flying, and start building this new hospital. Folks, strengthening our world-class healthcare system is a vital part of our plan to protect Ontario. It's a plan to protect our economy, our workers, and the services we all rely on. In addition to supporting the hospital, and again, this is all about the community, building a community, and the great leadership through Minister Dunlop and Minister Downey. And this is how humble Minister Downey is. When I started to rattle these numbers off behind, and he said, no, this is all Jill. So what a gentleman you are. So Jill, thank you for your leadership to support the community. These are some investments, investing $2.4 million to Couchiching Ontario Health Team, connecting more than 19,000 people to primary care, $2 million in annual funding for North Simcoe Youth Wellness Hub, $10.6 million for the construction and replacement of the water standpipe in West Orillia, which will enable more than 3,500 new homes, $4 million for the expansion of Notre Dame Catholic School, and $9 million for a new Orillia Public Elementary School. And you get all the credit, Jill, because that's what happens. And during the pandemic, I found this out when I was up here. I think you went to school with half the town. You either went to junior school, high school, but that's fantastic. Like when you elect a leader like Jill, she's fighting at the table for Orillia every single day. I want to thank you all for helping us in this important work, and in particular, I want to thank all the healthcare workers here today for all your sacrifices you make to keep our province safe and healthy. Thank you, and may God bless the people of Ontario. Thank you so much, folks.